Hey guys, Shanti Phillips here with a brand new video going to BookOff. I haven't been to BookOff for I don't know, it's been maybe over 4 or 5 months. It's been a really long time since I've been in there. So I'm gonna pretty much just go in there and see if I can find anything. Hopefully I can find, something, out of print in there today. The only problem with BookOff, and I've talked about this in the past, is they do check the prices. So quite often they kind of know what they've got. So every so often though, I do find something out of print that they don't know or they didn't notice, or something that might have gone out of print recently or anything like that. But fingers crossed, hopefully I can find something interesting in there. So this is just going to be a quick little video checking BookOff for the first time in months. The glasses are really fogging up and there's a big line in there. Everyone's kind of waiting to get in right now. So it's probably going to be a little bit, this whole area seems kind of busy with lines and stuff, but let the BookOff Blu-ray DVD hunting video begin. They got a plane going by. Into BookOff we go. And like I said, pretty big line out there waiting to get in. Yeah, well, it only took maybe 20 minutes or so to get in here, but I'm pretty much just gonna look through all this stuff in here and see, what's in here. Like I was saying though, they usually kind of know the prices of stuff. So if you see something kind of obscure, you don't see this thing Space Thing, $18. So they kind of at least I found that they kind of know the price of all this stuff. I have to kind of talk over the music and everything in here, but they for the most part know the prices of all the things in here. So this area seems to be the kind of just the miscellaneous DVDs. And there's definitely a lot more in here than there has been in the past. So I feel like every time I come in here, they definitely have more and more stuff. And this section here, it's all different kind of sections. Like I said, this is miscellaneous, but within these are a lot of collections here that are these triple collections here. This one here that has American Psycho, Way of the Gun, Requiem for a Dream. I believe I heard that Requiem for a Dream is coming to 4K in a couple months. That's one of those movies though that is, in my opinion, one of the saddest movies ever made. But I definitely want to go and rewatch that one again. It is so sad, but I haven't watched it since it first came out. So whenever it comes to 4K, I'll definitely go and look at that one again. But in here though is a bunch of collector sets and complete series of films like Lethal Weapon set here and all that kind of stuff. I did see a horror section. I think the horror ones are over here. They're all kind of mixed in. There are other horror ones as well. Let's see though if there's anything different in here. There's a double feature of the Robert movies. I think I found one of these Robert movies at the Dollar Tree. I think the last time I was there, one of the last times. Like I said, I gotta try and talk all over this music. They play really well-known copyrighted music in here, so I have got to try and talk over the best I can in here. Hopefully I can talk over it. We'll see. Let's see though if there's anything else interesting in here. Like I said, differently. I like this Tobe Hooper remake of the Toolbox Murders. I like the original one as well, but I thought this was actually a pretty good one. I hopefully at some point this one comes to Blu-ray from Scream Factory or something like that. We'll release a Blu-ray of that one. Let's see, this one I don't think I've ever seen this Dark Deceit one in here, but you sometimes come across interesting stuff. Cannibal Apocalypse, I think that just came out to Blu-ray or was coming out soon. This one here, I've never seen this one here, called The Wall. I don't know what this one from HBO Video. I'll have to look this up. Rosanna Arquette. I've definitely never seen that one before. Like I said though, I'm just glad to be back in here too. I haven't been in here forever. This is a great Samuel Jackson movie that you never hear about called The Caveman's Valentine. I don't even remember exactly what happens in this. It came out in 2001, but I remember really liking this one when this one first came out. But it was one of those movies that even at the time, not a lot of people saw it or anything like that. The Midnight Man, I believe I remembered reviewing that one. I thought that was pretty good. Pinocchio's Revenge, you don't see this much at all. This is one I keep on hoping though at some point comes out to, I keep on hoping Vinegar Syndrome or something like that will go and release this one. This is actually really fun. I remember really loving this one back in the day, but this is definitely cool to see this one in here though. Like I said, just going to keep looking through here and see. This is one I've never seen before. Sarah Landon and the Paranormal Hour. It's like a PG movie. I don't know anything about this one in here. Therese, this is another one I always, really like this movie. There's never been a Blu-ray of this one in the U.S. Hopefully at some point this one comes to Blu-ray. Just like I said, looking through all this stuff here. Sleepaway Camp, Tooth and Nail. That one was pretty good. What's this one? Expecting Mercy. And don't worry, I have the hand sanitizer in the car and everything, so I'm trying not to like touch my phone again. I'm trying to just sort of like look through the stuff and then not touch the phone again. So I'm trying to do it in like 1 or 2 takes as much as I can. But like I said, the music and stuff like that, sometimes the music is a little loud and I can't talk over it because of the copyright thing and everything. That's the biggest thing with some places when I don't like film them too much, is the music and everything can be a big problem. Nothing out there. Let's see if there's anything else interesting in here. Like I said, this is the horror section, but there are a lot of horror movies mixed throughout stuff. Here's another out of print one, a Pardon the Shame movie, Werewolf Shadow. Another one here. They Scared to Death. This is like, oh, this is like a Final Destination like 2 movie set that has like a preview disc of Final Destination 3. So that's kind of a funny one, and it also has like a sneak peek of Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. So that's kind of a weird, you know, rare edition with those things on there. Sassy Girl, what's that one? Sassy Girl, I don't know what my Sassy. I don't know that one. This Legend. Oh, so these are the Kung Fu movies down here. So like I said, this is the main, you know, horror one, but there is horror mixed throughout, and somewhere in here too is like the movies that are like, you know, like $2 or $3, something like that. But like I said, I'm just going to kind of keep looking through all this stuff and see, you know, what I come across in here that's interesting, or that kind of stuff. And I always look too for certain TV stuff in here. I always look for like stuff like, what are the main things I look for? Usually try and find like unsolved mysteries. That's one of the out of print things that I'm always looking for. Now, one thing in here too is always keep in mind, you always want to check too down in here, because this is also overfill of horror things, and they have other things in here too that you don't see up here. So you always want to check in here. And a lot of people don't know that, and sometimes you can come across some really interesting different things that are like mixed underneath it here. This is like a weird set. I remember this when this came out, 6 films that keep you awake. So I don't see anything. And this is not the collector's edition. That's the one I'm always looking for, that has the theatrical cuts of the movie, but I never see that one. Yeah, it seems like there's some horror under here. Not a ton. Mortuary, the Alien Quadrilogy set. What is this one? Haunting of Ellie Rose here. I don't know if I've seen that one or not. So that's $7 for that one. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah, more Star Wars sets here. Is this the limited edition one? And no, this is the standard one too. Like I said, you never see those too often, the limited edition set ones that have those, you know, altered versions of the movie. All right, here's another good one in here, Quicksilver Highway. I have this one already, but that's a great price. Not a great price, you know, if it was $5, but this is a great anthology movie. Absolutely love this movie. But let's check though some of the other sections, because there's a huge Blu-ray section. I think down here are the DVDs that are like $2 and stuff like that, but down here is all the Blu-rays, more Blu-rays down here. So we'll start looking through some of these ones as well in here and see what we can come across. It's all kind of mixed in. So I wish they had, sometimes I wish they had a section where it was like new releases. They would put like the newest stuff in it. You see like the prices though, they're like for newer stuff like $15 for Knives Out on Blu-ray. Laggies here. This one doesn't have a price or anything on it. Like I said, I'm gonna look through all this stuff here. This is a weird one to see, Magic, but as like I said, as you see, if it's something kind of obscure, or you know it's kind of a little weird to see, the prices are never super cheap, you know what I mean? Like, I sometimes secretly wish that like the Blu-ray section was kind of like everything was like a one set price, you know what I mean? This is a really weird one to see in here, Mannequin 2. And I love the first Mannequin movie, but for some reason, the sequel to me, I love this movie. Like, it's like definitely one of my favorite movies. It's like, I don't know why, but it's like such a fun movie to watch. And like I said, as much as I love the first movie, I much prefer this one. Kind of like with Weekend at Bernie's. I like Weekend at Bernie's 2 better. And I don't know why, because it's not a better movie, but I feel like it's a much more fun film to watch. This is kind of cool. This is one here. I have a little part in this movie, like when I'm talking about on the news about what happened with the characters in this movie. But yeah, this is kind of a fun one if you guys have not seen this one. And I think it was at some of the Dollar Trees a while back. But like I said, just going to keep looking through all this stuff. And as you can see, it's a huge, huge section. This is all Blu-rays here. And like I showed, the other area was Blu-rays as well. And in here, too, is a lot of, like, you know, rare, you know, out-of-print stuff. Like they have Return of the Jedi there. This is the unaltered cut. So this is the one I was just mentioning. They come in a 3-pack as well of these. But this is the one with the original theatrical edit of those movies. But a lot of anime over here, like out-of-print anime. Like the Tim Burton collection down there, Northern Exposure. That's a cool, like in a briefcase, like a bookcase, a case kind of thing of it. And like a Walking Dead thing down here, 6 Feet Under complete series. So lots of stuff in here, a bunch of different Steelbooks. There was a bunch of Steelbooks over here, I think on the other side. And they do have 4K, so let's see, like ooh, that's not a good price though on Knives Out, $34.99 for a used copy? That's the thing, sometimes the prices in here can be a little, like, see, this is a good price, like Jumanji, that's only $12, but why in the world is Knives Out that much money? Yeah, the other ones seem to be like a much more, you know, general price, like source code $18, but for some reason that one, like Rampage, only $8.99, so there are good prices on some of these ones, but definitely, oh, that Pan's a high one too, $30. What about Onward? That just came out. So that's crazy. Onward is $22.99 on 4K, and that's much newer, a couple months newer than Knives Out. Knives Out is $34.99. Let's see, like, why him? $12.99? Yeah, that seems a little high on that one. This is a good movie, this Hostiles movie. I don't feel like a lot of people saw that film. Charlie's Angels, what is that one here? $18. And there's like a little 3D section down here. Ooh, this is $49.99. I guess this one went out of print, this 3D version of this. I think I remember buying this one when this first came out at the, what was it? I think it was at Fry's Electronics, or I don't think it was new, but I think I got it at Fry's when it was like on sale for like $1 or $2 or something like that, when they were getting rid of a bunch of stuff. But who knew that this would be that valuable? So this came in, and I guess in March, I guess is when they brought this in. So I guess it must have recently gone out of print, this version. But I definitely have that 3D one, so that's interesting. So if you guys see this one anywhere, I guess this one went out of print and is worth that much money now, which is crazy. It's that expensive. Like I said, though, just gonna try and sort through all this stuff. It's always hard sometimes, because sometimes you get kind of like overwhelmed trying to like look at everything and making sure you don't miss things or anything like that. And like I said, I'm sorry if I'm talking a lot. I'm just trying to talk over the music and that kind of stuff, because I really did want to get a little video in here, and if I don't talk over it, you know, I can't do it. So and I didn't really want to just, you know, dub it all over afterwards. Sometimes I like being able to talk, you know, when I'm in here. But I'll show you guys anything else interesting, though, that I come across in here, though. But like I said, just gonna keep looking through all this stuff and see, you know, what I can find. Down here, though, is the, you know, the whole TV section. And like I said, there's more Blu-rays over here, but here's all the TV stuff in here. And I have found some interesting stuff in here in the past, like some out-of-print stuff. And like some of them they've like missed, like some of the stuff I've come across. So I have found some interesting stuff, but like I was saying, the big thing that I always come and look for in here is stuff that I know are really hard to come across, like unsolved mysteries, because there's a handful of those ones I'm always trying to find. You know, you never come across those, and I feel like those unsolved mysteries, when they came out, they used to kind of be like almost like exclusives to, like, for some reason I feel like they were exclusive to Walmart or something like that back in the day when they first released, or at least that's where I remembered always seeing them. And also it would be amazing to come across the History of Beavis and Butthead, because I have a bootleg of that, but I have never seen the real one, and only a few copies of the real one got out, like a handful, you know, of them. But like I said, though, and I already peeked over here too at the Unsolved Mysteries area, and I did not see any at all. And the one that you come across the most, I think, is like the Aliens one. I think that's the one of the Unsolved Mysteries. It's like a really common one. I do wonder if they're going to start putting them out again, like re-release them, like maybe Mill Creek or something, since they are putting out, there's going to be like the return of Unsolved Mysteries, I believe. And I don't know if it's on Netflix or somewhere like that. I heard it will be, you know, making a return, so I'm definitely interested in seeing that and how that is. But like I said, you always want to check down in here, because you never know you know, what could be down here. And down here, you know, in this area here is all the 250 movies. Yeah, so all these ones are 250. The one mall that me and Danny, the Cine Stalker, went to had like a book off where everything was $1. So that was kind of a cool one. Hopefully we'll get to go back to that one again. I don't think, it doesn't look like they have anything $1 in here. Sometimes they do in the very front. There's like a little rack over there. I'll have to look and see if they have any dollar ones. Usually the dollar things are the most super common things you've ever seen. But every so often they have like some interesting stuff in here. This is a great, you know, Spike Lee movie you don't hear about too much, The 25th Hour. That's like one of those Spike Lee ones you do not hear that often. What's this one? 11:15. Was this the one? This was actually a pretty good movie. I don't own this one. This was like everything that happened at 11:15, like at night. It was all these kind of bad things that happened at night. But this is actually a really, really good movie. I don't have this one, so I might buy this one here. Like I said, you don't see this one too often. I don't believe there was ever a Blu-ray of this one. I might be wrong, but I do not believe so. But like I said, this was actually a pretty good one. This is another one of those movies which I cannot believe has still not come to Blu-ray. I'm hoping, since Paramount's been releasing a lot of catalog things again, that maybe they'll finally release the Brady Bunch movies like in a double pack on Blu-ray, because these are like great movies. Like I absolutely love both of those ones. Like I said, these are all the 250 ones. We'll see if there's anything else interesting in here, but as long as there's no like big line or anything, I think I'll definitely get this one, like I said. Crow here, this series. This is another one of those movies I always love, The Count of Monte Cristo, and I don't always like these kind of movies like with this time period setting, but for some reason this is one that I always really liked. Same with Congo. Like I always remember seeing this in theaters too, and how much I loved this one back in the day. And even as a kid, I kind of knew it wasn't great, but I always really liked this one though. And this is one of those movies too, I always dream that one day we'll get like the original director's cut of this movie, because this is the unrated cut, but apparently from when I was reading about this movie, they went and like had to reshoot half this movie again. And there was like, originally had different actors in it, they were all cut out, and they didn't end up making the cut because they had to change the casting, and there's all sorts of interesting stuff. If you guys read about this one, some really interesting stuff with that one. I believe I heard this one too is coming out from Arrow Video soon, Cinema Paradiso. I think I saw that. They're putting that out on Blu-ray soon. But yeah, just gonna keep looking through all this stuff here. And then there's even more ones over here. These are the ones, like I said, these are the general DVDs and Blu-rays I showed earlier. And I think somewhere down here is where the Steelbooks were. I think they might have been around this area. This is the anime section, but somewhere they had like all the different Steelbooks and everything. But yeah, these ones are not $1. These ones here are $1.50. These ones right here. Yeah, this section over here is all of the Steelbooks. So you see there's a whole bunch of different ones in here, like Ghost in the Shell, and then like the Ghostbusters one in here. Let's see, all the Star Wars ones. These are not the 4K ones. These are the original Blu-ray ones. Zoolander. So yeah, it's a good place too to come to see these collections. I think Durant Cinema just bought this one in one of his videos. It's like a DVD collection. So I never actually had seen this edition until I saw it in his video. Now I'm seeing it right now. Casino over there. Oh, this is all like screwed up here. This Baywatch thing here is getting all messed up. Christmas Story one there. It Follows. Oh, that one's $50. Yeah, see, some of these ones are really expensive in here. War Dogs. Some of the more Star Wars ones. Spider-Man here. This one's $50 as well. Yeah, so some of these are very expensive in here. And up here is like some like multi-movie collections here, like the Chucky 7-movie collection here, $44. TV Blu-rays. Yeah, these are all the TV ones in here. And then these are all like, these are like some of the Vestron ones. The Vestron one, oh, that's $24. That's not a terrible price for that one. And some of these ones, you always want to check these Miramax multi-feature ones from Echo Bridge. Some of these can be out of print and be really, really valuable. Like certain ones, not all of them, but you always want to check. If you guys come across those ones, I would definitely recommend looking those ones up, because those are definitely, can be good ones. But like I said, this is all the Disney ones in here and all that kind of stuff. But definitely a lot of different things in here. But so far, the main thing I know I'm going to get is this one, this 11:14 movie. Other than that, though, I'll see if I come across anything else. I'm trying to just make sure I don't miss anything, and I tend to overlook things because, like I said, you kind of get like slightly overwhelmed sometimes when there's so much stuff in here to look at and everything. So it can really, you can definitely miss some stuff in here. But just like I said, just wanted to try and make a little video in here, just kind of showing all the stuff and, you know, just doing like a little tour and all that kind of stuff. Since, like I said too, I haven't been in here in such a long time. So anyway though, guys, that was my little video in here, just looking around the store and seeing what they had. Like I said, I think the only thing I'm going to get in here is 1114. I really like combed through everything else and didn't really see anything else that different, or, you know, stuff that I didn't have. And as you see too, some of the prices on some of the stuff is a little high. So like, you know, there is a section that has like 250 Blu-rays that are only 250, and I looked through those, but a lot of like really super common stuff. But anyway though, guys, if you guys enjoyed these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. I'll see you guys later. Bye.